All right, everybody. So this is a first for Lit versus Genre. We are gonna do a live reaction video to
Live for
this.
Steve.
Live for me. Jeff has, of course, watched it the minute it hit the web. I'm
The
sure,
second. The
but
second.
I have not seen it, so I'm coming in fresh for this. And Jeff, is there any setup that we need to do
Uh,
here?
my first gut reaction was it's TV. So,
Oh,
by that I just mean we've already made some predictions as to what's going to happen, but let's find out. Let's go for it.
okay. So here's a prediction.
Hmm?
Logain will be in this trailer. He will be in the trailer. I'm gonna
Okay.
say.
I don't
So,
know all the actors, so I don't know if I can comment on that, but let's go. Let's do it.
all right. Who are we? So you'll have to
Okay.
explain to me who we're even looking at right
Sure.
now. I think maybe Egg and
Mhm.
Nynaeve,
Oh, that is
or
a really good guess. Yeah, no, that as far as I know, that is correct.
because the only
I've
one I
actually.
know is
Mhm.
Moraine. I know that actress.
Right,
That's the only
right.
one I actually know. So
Right,
yeah.
if you think about the female main characters, the ones
Hmm.
who are left are Gwen and Nynaeve. So yeah, no, that, as far as I know, yes, that is correct. I've been trying not to. For me, I don't like to know a lot about the actors. I'd rather just like watch their performance.
Hmm.
But yes, I believe you are correct.
All
So
right. And interesting, we're starting on them. Very first shot of the
it
trailer.
is interesting considering
All
things.
right.
Okay.
Here we go. Starting it up.
Be strong.
Yeah, that seems like a naive thing to do.
I mean, pause. Yeah,
Wait,
you have
pause
to pause
already?
already.
Okay.
Pause already. Okay, yes, shoving someone into a huge lake totally seems like a naive thing to do. But again, I want to try to avoid spoilers as much as possible.
Hmm.
But based on what you've read thus far about Nynaeve and Egwene, what is that scene? What is that scene?
I don't know. Yeah. Is
Right,
that
like be strong for what? What is she going to be strong for? For
so? Do you think this is something we've already read in the book, or is this something you know that happens like later?
This is why it's so hard to like do spoilers or not, right?
Right, right,
But
right.
because for
Because the
those who don't
only thing
know,
it would be for me is like if they kind of, but that was like during the day. It couldn't be like the scene where they get split up somehow. Nynaeve is
mhm,
like, "You fall into the
right,
river and save
right,
yourself," but like
right,
that's during the day, and that whole scene should be at
right.
night,
Well,
right?
and also, why wouldn't if that was the case, why wouldn't Nynaeve just be jumping with her,
Right.
right? So for those who are out of context, I've obviously read I shouldn't say obviously I've read the Wheel of Time. Steve is not. He's about three quarters, four fifths of the way through the novel, and we're finishing that up in our videos. So if this was the scene from when the Trollocs attack, Shadow Logo, something like that, right? And they're trying to escape, they would just jump together into the
Mm.
water, right? And it would be like a running river that would allow them to escape or something, not just like a pond or whatever this is, a lake. So what else could be strong mean? Like be strong alone because you're escaping, but she wouldn't be because Nene would just jump too. So what else could it be?
Good questions. So, do
Well,
you know, but you don't want to tell me because
well,
of spoilers?
here's what I'm hypothesizing. I
Mm.
feel like she's saying be strong as if I'm like training you in some way.
Mm.
It feels very much like a training scene.
Mm.
And
Mm.
listen, I heart training. Eat, sleep, and breathe
Mm.
training. I would love it if that was just all the show was. But
You think
at
that's
least
some
from what
wisdom training?
it feels like some wisdom training going on, or
Mm.
some sort of training going on.
Okay.
But like that, where is that in the novel we've read, right? Like in three quarters, four fifths of the way through, these characters are separated from each other on a path to
Yeah.
get to Tarvalon. This is not lining up with that. So where could they possibly be going with this? But please go ahead now.
They're making
Sorry,
some
I just had to talk about that.
changes. All right.
I just,
They might radically
oh,
depart.
yeah,
Are you emotionally
uh,
prepared for that?
I'm not at all. I'm
All
not at
right.
all emotionally prepared for this.
Well, here's some Two Rivers joint. I think we're getting
Yeah,
here.
yeah,
So,
feels very Two Riversy.
how do you feel about this? It's looking
And
good.
ages come and pass.
Oh yeah, Nynaeve hanging out.
leaving
I don't know why you'd be smiling at Nynaeve, but sure, whatever.
that become legend.
What is this? What is this? Why is she waking up with paint water? I'm sorry, I can't stop myself.
The power inside you.
Okay.
In the world, there are different names.
River,
So this,
sure.
and that does seem like during the day too, if that was like the escape from the.
And when
What
they
is
look
that
at
scene? What is that scene? What is this?
Those are the Aja, right?
They are. It's just supposed to be shawls, but already we've like. Obviously, we need to do a whole dress. A whole dress is one color, not just a shawl. People can't handle the difference.
Oh, there was the evil,
Yeah.
the evil
Yeah,
dagger. At least we
we've been
got.
pausing our play. Yeah. So something that finally makes some sense.
Let's see the evil dagger. Oh, there it is.
Boom. There it is.
Alright.
The jewel's not nearly big enough, but
Not
sure,
big
whatever.
enough, okay. So that
No,
seems like Shadar Logat. That was all the ghosty ghostes.
Ghosty ghostes.
There's some wolvy wolves.
The wolves apparent.
There's
What
a
is
lot
this
of
thing?
nakedness. What was
Let's,
that?
let's back up. What is this?
We're
we've
pausing
already-
on the nakedness. We're pausing on
We've
the
already
nakedness.
we've already talked about
Yes.
that being a Egwene. This is not a spoiler for me to say that's Rand, right? He's
Oh.
the guy with the red hair.
What?
What exactly? Are we
Gotta
going?
sexy it up, man.
Exactly. What is this? What is this?
In the book, they're like clueless. I mean, the Perrin and Rand both thinking like the others are good with girls and they're terrible with girls. I like kind of hate that. Like I'm like let's make them almost 20-year-old hunks that they actually are in the book. Yes, I'm for it. I'm for it.
You're for this scene? You're for this
Yeah.
in your face?
100%.
No subtlety.
100%.
Half naked young people. The groan that never stops is what's happening right now. Go ahead.
I like it. I like it.
Wheel keeps turning.
I don't know who that guy was.
Great actor. That's enough.
Oh, that was a mirror draw we saw?
Yeah, you can back up. That's the actor who's playing Lan in the show.
Oh, okay.
That's not.
I
That's
want
not
to see
spoiler.
the mirror draw.
So
right
that's
there.
a white tower right there, and that's Lan.
Okay.
And they're running from whatever. Who knows what this explosion is from?
The last battle is coming.
So they're already in like Tarvalon there.
Yeah, they're in Tarvalon. You know, there's Trollocs around, double axes.
Whatever
Trollocs.
happens now, there's no turning back.
Wait, did we
People
see
writing.
Trollocs?
Yeah,
Oh, there's
we
mirror
did.
draw. All
Yep.
right. They look cool. What? Where were Trollocs? You just
Right
kind of
there.
see them shadowy. Like I didn't
Yeah,
get to see any
just-
beast faces or anything.
Yeah, they're not going in on it. They do go in on this, which is like, oh, such a cheat. I mean, so frustrated. I mean, I'm excited, but I'm also so frustrated.
Wait, okay, so what was the cheat? What are you saying is the cheat?
So the whole point of Mirdrall is that you don't like they look like a man's face, except they don't have eyes, right? So go back to that face. What they did is they just did a Voldemort.
Yeah.
There's no
he
there's
does look
they,
like
they
a
went
Voldemort.
they like did this as if there's no nose. No, that's Voldemort, everybody who has no nose. And then they cover the eyes with some sort of cloth. Look at that. Look what is that? No. It's supposed to be a man's face without eyes. The maggoty flesh, cool. I'm even fine with the mouth being like that. Sure. But there's supposed to be a nose and then no eyes.
Yeah, I mean, this guy
Not-
needs to be just wandering around an inn late at night with nobody
Exactly.
really turning.
Oh my
scales.
goodness. It just feels like, I mean, it feels like pandering. Here, the Red Aja is dressed in all red. Do you know who they are? You sure you're clear? Yeah, they're in all red. Did you notice?
Oh,
Do you know
so
who
they
the
don't
Mirror
wear all
Girl is?
red in the
Well,
book?
they just say in the Ajas, you're supposed to be their shawl is that color, you know? And it just feels like so obvious. Fine, sure, they dress in, I mean, but ugh, But then this is the same deal. Like, oh, clearly inhuman, right? It's like, no, no, no. Fades are supposed to be like a throwback in the Trolloc like breeding line that are quasi-human with a slight distinction. A slight just this is not slight right here. No, yeah, this is not walking into an inn and asking questions. Like if what is this? Some leech of a man? Like ah. But anyway,
Yeah, it's
please.
hard. I mean, I feel like I always did kind of like picture him. Maybe it's because of freaking Harry Potter, but I think like in
It's
my
totally
mind,
because of Harry
I
Potter.
like pictured him like this from the books too. Like I pictured him like
Oh,
this weird, like kind of faceless
yeah. They're
thing.
not, but yeah, it's just they just lack eyes. That's it. Uh,
All
but
right.
yeah, you can like so notice what was this trailer mainly about? I know we were talking through it, so feel free to watch it
Yeah, we
again if
were
you need.
talking through it. I mean,
Yeah,
I
there's the
don't.
Troggs, by the way.
Oh yeah.
So
Okay.
faded, like why?
Yeah.
I don't
Well,
know.
I mean, they're kind of keeping them hidden. Us. I saw them a little bit there too. Yeah.
Yeah,
No turning back.
What is it about? I don't. Yeah, it's hard to say. I mean, we get a lot of
we get a lot of
everybody. Um,
true.
it doesn't seem like it is like journey, journey, journey. Though that still must be some of the plot, because here they are in that
Yeah, they're in
city.
Shadow Look. There, that's
There's
Perrin, by the way.
Perrin meeting the
Perrin,
wolves.
Perrin of the Wolf. Yep.
So a lot of this does seem to like line up. I have no idea what this is. And then there's
That was the
Tarvalon.
that was the White Tower. Yeah,
Mm.
Tarvalon. I feel like they're just doing a lot with Tarvalon here. Like Tarvalon, boom, Tarvalon.
Right, like we're gonna get like opening scenes in Tarvalon. Like that
Right.
lady talking to Moraine there is like
hmm
telling her to go get them.
Right.
Right, so we'll
Exactly.
have those earlier.
It's so again, it's gonna be like Moraine's story. It's
Mm.
gonna be like it's gonna start with Tarvalon telling her to go do something. We're gonna get flashbacks of it, something like that, right? You know.
And there'll be a
Um,
lot more time. What they'll cross cut with that is time into Rivers of
right.
sexy time, before they
Right.
have to go. And
The
like,
sexy time. I will say some of the magic looks cool with her spinning it around her and the lightning and stuff.
yeah.
But as you just read, like it's Rand who does the light. Well, we don't know, but it's lightning that strikes the inn when they're by themselves. So I feel like they're almost taking iconic scenes and like twisting them.
Mm.
Like that's like in terms of Chowder, Moraine doesn't do that. Like Moraine makes herself big. Moraine makes a whirlpool. Moraine doesn't, make lightning come out of the sky. So I don't know. I mean, I'm excited because yeah, I want to see my favorite story adapted to TV, but concerns. But go ahead. What are your thoughts? I'm totally laying it on.
Yeah, I mean, the visuals look fine and cool
Yeah.
to me. And like, yeah, does this get me like super excited for it? Like, if we weren't reading this otherwise, would I be like, ooh, I'm definitely
Yeah,
watching this?
yeah. What? Yeah, I'm curious if you just saw this trailer. What did
I
you
don't
think?
know. If I'm like, so many trailers don't really like give you the story hook to it. So like,
Yeah,
all you're getting from this is generic fantasy thing. Um,
sure, sure.
kind of like axe battles and like a little bit of like throwing
Magic
magic,
thing.
yeah, at each
Yeah,
other. So like if you're hungering for that, then yeah,
yeah,
great. I don't know how many people are, like they're not
yeah.
selling it as the next. I don't feel like this is selling it as the next Game of Thrones, which it's not.
It's
So
super
like,
ambiguous. Yeah.
yeah, like maybe they're trying to go for that, but like they're not giving you like,
Mm.
oh, the like same sort of idea that there'll be like intrigue or like, I don't know what the story hook of this is here. It's just imagery, and the imagery looks fine.
Well, look at the difference too. Like 94,000 views to me
Mm,
is crazy low. Where you
mm.
see like Red Notice, 912,000 views, right?
Yeah,
94 to 912,000,
I don't know if
right?
if this is, it says official, but maybe I.
True.
It might be like
Maybe.
another copy of it that I like.
It's true. That's possible. It's possible. But I do wonder, like, you know, I don't feel it's necessarily the same audience between Game of Thrones and Wheel of Time to a degree. I mean, I think there is overlap for sure. But yeah, this is just kind of a hodgepodge. Like, if you didn't know what this was about, they don't really show the Trollocs, so you're not really seeing a great deal of fantasy. You see a wolf, okay? You see some magic. That'd be the main. I'd see axe battles and magic. Yeah, I've seen where he's like swinging with two axes, right? And then the magic swirling around. But otherwise, yeah, what the heck is this about if you don't watch the series, right?
Yeah.
So this is only a teaser trailer, so we'll have to see. But I do wonder about their marketing. I feel like this is lukewarm for both. I feel it's lukewarm for a fan like me, and it's lukewarm for someone like you that doesn't know, you know? And I know there's a spot in the middle between us, of course, of someone who just wants to watch some fantasy stuff. And yeah, this is. So yay. But I think hardcore fans are excited is that this doesn't look terrible. It looks okay, right? The visuals are okay. Seems all right. Looks pretty beautiful. So I don't think any fans are in revolt of this trailer, right? Like, I'm hopeful, but I think there's certain concerns. But I feel like it could have done. This feels like almost nothing. I hate to say that, but it just feels like super ambiguous. It's like, what is meant to hook you? Some cool visuals? Why did it even need to be 2 minutes long? Why not just 30 seconds of some cool visuals? Like, I don't know. Just my thought.
Well, okay, all you diehards who listen to us, tell us down in the comments
Sure.
what you thought of
Yeah,
this
what do you think?
trailer. Jeff is lukewarm on it. I am
Oh, lukewarm.
lukewarm on it. I think at the opposite end of the spectrum. We were lukewarm for
Right.
different reasons,
Completely
and
different reasons. Completely different. I mean, listen, I will say that I'm at least happy that it looks decent, right? It doesn't look bad
yeah.
because it could easily look bad, and it does not look bad. So it's definitely a lukewarm that leaves room for hope. And it could just be a different story, and that's okay. An adaptation does not need to be the same. Um, I just hope that adaptation, if it is what it is well written. That's all.
All right, sounds good, everybody. Well, we will be
Yeah,
back next week with our next two
there you go.
chapters and any new material they throw out there. We will jump on here
Yeah,
as
any other
well. We'll
trailers?
see if
We'll
YouTube
see.
like yanks this off the air. I have no idea of what we're doing right now. It's allowed, but we'll
We'll
we'll,
see.
we'll
We'll
find
see.
out. Only one way to
Yep,
find out.
there it
Okay,
is.
see you next time, everybody.
See you.